Good afternoon, class. We're Group 5, and our program is I Choose Me Tobacco Free. The goal of our program is to prevent tobacco use among youth ages 11 to 14 by inspiring self-efficacy through life skills training. Our priority population are youth ages 11 to 14 who are members of the Boys and Girls Club of America in 6 locations in South San Diego County. Our program objectives are the following. Participants will demonstrate 5 healthy lifestyle habits upon completion of the program through interactive educational activities. 60% of participants will demonstrate self-efficacy upon completion of the program. 60% of participants will also have new and healthier coping and life skills by the end of the program. All participants will be provided hands-on training in social and vocational skills. And at least 30% of participants will avoid engaging in tobacco use. Our evaluation questions are the following. Is there a difference in intention to use tobacco use between program participants versus the comparison group? Will participating in the Life Skills program help these youth learn self-efficacy? And lastly, will participants be able to correctly demonstrate 5 healthy habits? The conceptual model for our program is the social cognitive theory, which will be used to address the environmental, personal, and behavioral factors contributing to adolescent tobacco use through verbal encouragement, observational learning, and other techniques. The main outcome of our program is to increase the number of non-smoking youth ages 11 to 14 and improve the level of life skills by increasing awareness of the consequences of smoking tobacco through education and program activities.
We will be using the non-probability sampling procedure for the sample population, since we will be surveying individuals who are volunteering to participate in the intervention and are available to the planners through the Boys and Girls Club. Each sample unit will be given a questionnaire with Likert scale and yes or no questions addressing self-efficacy, attitudes, and intentions regarding tobacco use.
The independent variables are program participation, knowledge, attitude, and self-efficacy. The dependent variable is the intention to use tobacco. The sampling method we will use will incorporate a convenience sampling method, focusing on youth members of the Boys and Girls Club from 6 locations in South San Diego County.
A quasi-experimental comparison design will be applied to our program with pre-test and post-test questions. We will be using a comparison group because a randomized group will not be appropriate for our intervention. A total of 120 participants and 6 Boys and Girls Club locations in South San Diego County will be divided into the experimental and comparison groups. 20 participants from 3 locations will be sorted into the experimental group, meaning that they will be participants in the program. 20 non-participating youth from each of the 3 other locations will be placed in the comparison group. We will be using the non-probability sampling procedure for the sample population, since we will be surveying individuals who are volunteering to participate in the intervention and are available to the planners through the Boys and Girls Club. Each sample unit will be given a questionnaire that addresses self-efficacy, attitudes toward smoking, and intention to smoke. The summer before the program starts, we will recruit participants and have them complete the pre-tests. The program will last for 1 academic school year and end with post-tests for each participant. The next several months will be involving writing and presenting a report about the data. To measure the self-efficacy of our participants, we will ask our participants in the pre-test and post-test if they feel that participating in a life skills program will help or has helped them improve their self-efficacy. We will use a chi-square to analyze our data. To measure intention to use tobacco, we will determine if there is any difference in intention to tobacco use between the program participants and the comparison group. Answers will be listed as the following category: yes for participants and no for the comparison group.
We will examine the mean scores of our program participants and comparison group in the pre-test and post-test to determine their knowledge of 5 healthy habits. Participants with program-based knowledge will be in our experimental group, and non-participants with no such knowledge will be in the comparison group. Test scores will be measured to determine whether or not there is a difference in performance between the two groups. There was a 60% increase in knowledge regarding healthy habits demonstrated by the experimental group who took part in the life skills program, compared to the comparison group who did not. Regarding intention to smoke, we exceeded our target of 30% in the experimental group, indicating that the participants had less intention, 34%, to use tobacco. By applying a variety of measures involving a pre-test and post-test technique, progress could be ascertained in the areas of intention to smoke, self-efficacy, and knowledge. Before the intervention, participants did not know what life skills were and did not have the self-efficacy to refuse pressures regarding tobacco use. Participating in the program provided them with life skills and the self-efficacy to successfully refuse tobacco products and face many other life challenges. Overall, it was determined that life skills programs provide youth with organized methods for making many of life's decisions by weighing decisions, consequences, and outcomes. The limitations of our program are the following: cultural differences due to cultural attitudes toward tobacco use, such as tolerance; self-reporting bias among participants, such as under-reporting of tobacco use behaviors or over-reporting of any aversion from tobacco use; evaluator bias due to the assignment of internal evaluators who may or may not associate with the participants; and diffusion effect, in which experimental group and comparison group participants interact, which may lead to compromised survey response.